Welcome to the Westway Climbing Centre, one of the UK's top indoor climbing destinations. Pay attention to the advice contained within this film. It will help you understand climbing and gives important information on ways you can reduce the risks to yourself, those you are supervising and others around you. Each time you arrive at the Westway Sports and Fitness Centre, you should check in at the climbing reception. Here our staff can help you with any queries, and you can rent or buy climbing equipment needed for bouldering and rope climbing. By choosing to participate in climbing, you are accepting that you will be taking part in activities with a risk of injury. The most common injuries are bumps, bruises, cuts, grazes, sprains and strains. However, we cannot rule out more serious injury due to the inherent risks associated with both bouldering and roped climbing. Climbing involves falling. Falling is an unavoidable part of the sport, and any fall has a serious risk of injury. Whilst the rope system is in place, they require constant attention and use of best practice techniques to work effectively. Failure to operate these systems correctly has the potential to result in a ground fall and serious injury to you and others around you. At the Westway, we have a range of designated climbing routes ranging from French Sport Grade 3 all the way up to 8B. Every route's grade is marked on the grade board, along with the date on which it was set and the person that set it. While each problem is made up of a single colour, you may use any volume or arête to help you get to the top. The problems end by putting two hands on the last hold. Please do not top out or climb over the wall. Always be aware of other climbers around you and where they are climbing. Look up around you as you walk around to ensure you are not walking beneath anyone. Stay out of any potential landing zones. The floor of the climbing centre is split into red and green sections. Please stay in the green areas whilst walking around the centre and stay inside the red areas whilst belaying. The red areas of matting should always be kept clear of obstacles and personal belongings. Please place these in the lockers provided. If you wish to have a bottle of water with you, place it upright against the wall. When belaying, you must be competent in using the belay device you have chosen and keep a firm grip on the locking rope at all times. You should not slide your hand on the locking rope when taking rope in. When lowering, you must keep the speed of descent in control at all times and avoid hard impacts upon landing. You should pay constant attention to your climber whilst belaying. Likewise, if you are walking around the centre, you should not distract belayers. If you and your climbing partner are of significantly different weights, you may wish to consider the addition of one of our ground anchor points installed around the centre. A member of climbing staff will be happy to assist in demonstrating best practice for their use. Holds may spin or break at any time. If you see a spinning or broken hold, please report it to one of our climbing duty managers or at the climbing reception. We will fix it as soon as possible. Likewise, if you see any unsafe practice in the centre, please inform a climbing duty manager who will intervene accordingly. The Westway is one of the UK's leading centres for lead climbing. Should you wish to lead climb, you should first ensure you are competent in the techniques required or seek advice in them, as the activity carries significant additional risk. Falls tend to be larger than top roping, and the forces involved will be much greater. As such, additional attention should be paid to the differences in weight between the climber and the belayer, and the choice of belay device to avoid slamming either into the wall. Protection from falls resulting in ground impact at low levels is far harder, so particular attention should be paid to the amount of slack in the belay system up until the third quick draw, and spotting should be considered up until the first quick draw is clipped. You should stand close to the wall when belaying and should not move further out than the safe semicircle. There are only two types of climbers in the centre. These are competent climbers and those under the supervision of competent climbers. If you are an experienced and competent climber, you may be able to supervise up to 2 novice climbers. You will need to ensure that you cover all the points in this induction film with those under your supervision, including risk of injury, etiquette and techniques to minimise risks. Your novice climbers must be under your supervision at all time within the climbing centre. You are entirely responsible for them. Unless you are a registered top rope or lead climber who can competently put on a safety harness, tie in using an appropriate knot and belay safely, you will not be allowed to climb or belay unsupervised on rope walls at the Westway. If you would like to learn more about climbing or wish to improve your current set of skills, we offer a range of courses delivered by our highly qualified coaches. For more information on this, please talk to one of our staff at the climbing reception. You are now required to read our terms and conditions before signing our waiver, consent and acceptance of risk forms. If you choose to sign, you are accepting risk of injury to yourself and also to anyone you are supervising. I hope you enjoy your climb at the Westway.